So after a Thursday night football game where the Jaguars had a heartbreaking loss to the Cincinnati Bengals, it was followed up by a very interesting week with our head coach Urban Meyer. And here we are today where the Jaguars can kind of get away from all of this as they face on AFC South rival, the Tennessee Titans. This is a big week, man. The Jaguars are 0-4, but they are a little bit more optimistic 0-4 than most other teams because at our pace, really the leader of the AFC South is only 2-2 right now. So realistically, the Jaguars win this upcoming game, and there are some serious implications on the line that maybe the season isn't all the way over yet. So really on the Tennessee Titans side of things, I have going to bring in Titan Upload to come in here and kind of help us out when it comes to giving us some insight on the Titans side of things.
Hey, UCF Jaguar, thanks for inviting me to talk Titans and Jaguars. So you can tell by my voice, the Titans got me pretty fired up over the last week, losing, yes, that's right, to the Jets. Anyways, how's this matchup look from the Titans' point of view? Well, there's a lot of injuries. And if you look at the injury report that just came out today, oh my goodness, the Tennessee Titans have a stack full of injuries. So the good news is A.J. Brown was back at practice, although limited. We did see Caleb Farley, a full participant. We really haven't seen much of him all season. And it looks like some Titans obviously are going to get back to being more healthy. Marcus Johnson, the guy we've heard nothing about good things from camp about, may actually get to play to help the wide receiver core out this week. And the Titans in general need a shot in the arm. They didn't look very good last week, and honestly, they didn't look good against the win against the Colts. They had 3 turnovers, didn't force any against the Colts. Played really well against Seattle in the second half, and then totally got blown out of the water to the Cardinals. But you guys played the Cardinals tough. As far as the defense goes, I think the Titans pretty good against the run, 91 yards per game, ranks them like 9th in the league, which isn't terrible. Against the pass, that's another story. We've been burnt deep. You watch last week's game, the Jets, we were up 9-0 in full control that game. What happened? Well, Zach Wilson got out of the pocket and just chucked the ball down the field. The Titans just giving up huge plays. I think they lead the league this year in big plays beyond 30 yards. Seattle burned them deep. I think Arizona burned them deep. And surprise, surprise, this past week, New York burned them deep as well. Now, as far as the division goes, yes, this is a big one. We know how it was last year when you played the Colts. You beat the Colts in week 1, and thank you for that. And you helped the Titans. Yeah, the Titans win the division. First time since 2008. Hey, we'll take it. So, as far as the rush, Derrick Henry, definitely keep an eye on him. We know you guys know an awful lot about Derrick Henry. But here's the thing with Henry. He's on pace for like 590 touches. That's a lot of touches. So he's getting the ball, running the ball, 35 carries last week, but he also gets a lot of receptions, a little bit different part of his game. So that's something to keep an eye on. Can the Titans separate from your secondary? That's something I'd keep an eye on. And the Titans are dead last in sacks given up. It's atrocious, 4.2. So I wish I could tell you more. That's pretty much it from the Titans' point of view. I expect the Titans to bounce back this week, play a little bit better. Is it going to be enough? I'm hoping so. Jaguars, I don't know what's going on over there with Urban Meyer. I won't get to that. I'll let you handle that, UCF Jaguar. But thanks again for inviting me. I do appreciate being on your show. Wish my voice was a little bit better. But like I said, Titans, Jaguars, it should be a good one. Let's just say that. It should be a good one. And we'll see what happens over in Jacksonville. You have beat us before in Jacksonville. You beat us, I remember that one Thursday night game. You looked really good that night, and we were awful. Hopefully the Titans this week will be able to continue to run Derrick Henry. Ryan Tannehill, hopefully he gets back on track. Gave up 7 sacks last week, 7 of them. Pretty tough. Our punter, Kern, with the groin injury, was out last week, so the new guy, Townsend, came in and literally had a 12-yard punt, so that is definitely something to keep an eye on this week. But like I said, I do think the Titans will bounce back this week. The secondary is going to need to play pretty tough. I mean, it's been a definite weak point. The offensive line's been a weak point. And I'd also say the offensive coordinator has made some very questionable calls as well. So hopefully we can get back on track. But like I said, I do think this one will be close. Will I predict it? No, because I'm awful at predicting games. I've not got one right this year. So I'll just step away from that and let you decide that. Thanks again for inviting me, and tighten up.
Huge shout out to Titan Upload for coming on here. Now, let's talk about the Jaguars a little bit, man. Like I was kind of saying earlier, it's been a really, really tough week for the Jaguars. From obviously the Urban Meyer video kind of broke. We all kind of had our initial reactions. And me, I kind of laughed about it. But it was almost all the stories after it that was almost kind of concerning, especially different reports that that Urban Meyer has lost the locker room and nobody really respects him, and he didn't really have a lot of credibility around the team. But I was a little bit more reassured today where G. Howard Ward kind of came out and said, look, we've had guys go through stuff way worse than this. We're still a team, we're still a unit, we're going to kind of get through this. And I think it was good to hear. Obviously, Urban Meyer's had a big target on his back ever since kind of coming into the NFL. And with a story like this and video like this, they're going to blow it up as much as possible. But you know what? If the Jaguars, the best distraction from this is a win on Sunday, man. The Jaguars were swept by the Titans in 2020, haven't beaten the Titans since 2019, and it's really just a big opportunity for the Jaguars to kind of get right. And they're coming off of a team with the Tennessee Titans that are not looking too good right now, man. The offensive line is not doing a very good job when it comes to pass protection for Ryan Tannehill. Obviously, the defense, even when they were winning the AFC South, it wasn't all that great. But, they always have their bell cow, Derrick Henry, who, even if he looks like he's having a quiet game, you look at the stat sheet and he has 150 yards rushing. So that's obviously the main thing that the Jaguars had to stop is really Derrick Henry. So on the Jaguar side of things, man, it's been awesome watching this offense. The offense and Trevor Lawrence has just been getting better and better each game. The Jaguars have had leads for the last two games. The Jaguars have led at halftime, but the Jaguars haven't closed yet. They're the first quarter, maybe in the first half of the season, it's like, okay, look better, get an improvement. Winning doesn't matter all that much, but at some point we got to start winning. And now there's some real things on the line. A nasty 20-game losing streak that's on the line, which is one of the longest ever in the NFL. So the Jaguars, that's really at stake for the Jaguars, and we have to try to kind of avoid that. So I want to see the offense do better. Obviously, feed James Robinson. The offensive line has been a pretty good unit so far. Right guard A.J. Cann looks like he has a knee injury right now. He wasn't put on the season-ending IR, but he is on a temporary IR where he's going to miss at least 3 games. So it looks like it's going to be Ben Barch that kind of steps in there for him at right guard, and he was actually doing some pretty good. He was actually been pretty good for his second year for the time that he's kind of come in there. So, you got that. Obviously, DJ Chark suffered a high ankle break last game. It looks like he's going to be out for the year. And, now we just have to have more guys step up. Tyron Johnson, that's the guy that I'm really looking at. He's got the size, he's got the speed. He just apparently has to learn the route tree better. He's not really picking up the routes when it comes to what the defense is showing, and depending on what they're showing, kind of what route to run. So a lot of it's kind of a mental thing with him. So we're going to have to look on him to really step up, because obviously we took a chance on him and we cut Colin Johnson for him. So got to see some improvement out of that. I like to see Jamal Agnew getting more involved. It was cool seeing him on a reverse last game, and obviously he had a beautiful catch last game. So, these are some things, as well as Dan Arnold. I mean, the offense is looking up. Despite the injuries to DJ Chark and AJ Cann, I'm very excited to kind of keep seeing this offense progress throughout the season. Also, on the defensive side of the ball, tale of two halves, man. Literally, first half, 0 points allowed to the Bengals. Then the second half, they allowed a score on every single drive. So the defense has to step up. This thing that sucks about the defense is that the ceiling is just so low because you just don't have guys. And the main issue, really the overriding issue, is the fact that we don't have a pass rush. There's no pass rush in there. And, we're going to have to, Joe Colin's going to have to get creative when it comes to trying to really get one when it comes to bringing blitzers in there. You know what I mean? It's tough right now getting any kind of pressure because can't hold on. If the quarterback holds onto the ball, you're eventually going to get open. And we saw that last game. It looked like Miles Jack had a broken coverage, but the tight end is just running open because you're not getting any pressure on a quarterback. So, like I've said, I would literally inactivate Chason and put in Jordan Smith, the rookie that we got in the 4th round, just to see what he has. You know what I mean? They're probably not going to do it, but worst case scenario, Jordan Smith gets in there. you know, he gets put on his ass a couple times, and then next week we inactivate him and he has some stuff to work on, you know what I mean? Because we're just not seeing it out of Kayvon Chason yet, which is super disappointing. You know, the 2020 first round draft is just looking bad, but I'm not going to talk about that here. Not going to talk about that here. Obviously, you know, they got a lot of injuries on their side. It looks like Julio Jones is probably going to miss again, while A.J. Brown is probably going to come back because A.J. Brown has just been practicing. So, you know, stop Derrick Henry on the run, force him on 3rd and longs, and, you know, their pass protection has not been very good, so maybe it's a good, going to be kind of a comeback game for the Jaguars defensive line when it comes to actually rushing the passer. But, you know, this is a big one. This game, obviously, we got to get our first win. It's going to be great to come against the Titans, and then all of a sudden the Jaguars win this. Titans fall to 2-3, Jaguars 1-4. I mean, you know, you do the math. It's, you know, we're only like a game and a half or whatever back. So, not that we should be really talking about playoffs at this point, but hey, man, we're fans. We want to stay in it. We want to stay actively engaged, and it's fun. It's all fun. So, with all that said, thank you guys for watching the video. Download the relevant app down below. Also, guys, follow me on Twitter and Instagram at UCF_Jaguar. Huge thanks to Titan Upload for coming in here and breaking down his side of things. And with all that said, go Jaguars. I will be live streaming the game on Sunday, so I'll see you guys then. You guys watched the whole video. Really appreciate that. You guys can subscribe to the channel for the best source of Jaguars news on the YouTube platform. Also follow me on Twitter and Instagram at UCF_Jaguar. And you can become a member of the channel for as low as $3 a month for exclusive channel content. Thank you guys, and go Jags.